In this video, we are going to address two competencies. The first one is illustrate situations that involve direct variation, and the second one is solve problems involving direct variation. This is the equation of direct variation. Y equals k times x. This is read as y varies directly as x. Even if we don't mention k in reading the equation, it is very important because k is the non-zero constant of variation. It can also be read as y is directly proportional to x. So that means we can also call k as the constant of proportionality. These are the direct variation equations. Y varies directly as the square of x. It can be written as y equals kx squared. Y varies directly as the cube of x. It can be written as y equals kx cubed. And y varies directly as the square root of x. So it can be written as y equals k times square root of x. The first thing that we are going to learn here is finding k, or the constant of variation. Example number 1. Y varies directly as x and y equals 28 when x equals 4. What is the constant of variation? First, we are going to write our equation y equals k times x. Then we are going to substitute. Our y here is 28 and our x is 4. So we have 28 equals k times 4. To find k, we divide both sides by 4. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. So k equals 7. Example number 2. Y varies directly as x and y equals 13 when x equals 0.5. What is the constant of variation? First, we are going to write our equation. It's y equals k times x. Then we are going to substitute. Our y here is 13 and our x is 0.5. So we have 13 equals k times 0.5. To find k, we are going to divide both sides by 0.5. So that's 13 divided by 0.5 equals 26. Our k here, or constant of variation, is 26. The next thing that you are going to learn here is solving direct equation problems. Example number 3. If y varies directly as x and y equals 12 when x equals 3, find y when x equals 9. So first, we are going to write the equation y equals kx. Then we are going to substitute y equals 12 and x equals 3. So that's 12 equals k times 3. To find k, we divide both sides by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4 is our constant of variation. So we are going back to our original equation, y equals kx. And our k here is 4. And then to find y, we are going to use the value of x here, which is 9. So that means y equals 4 times 9. And 4 times 9 equals 36. This is an alternative solution to example number 3. So we can write y sub 1 over x sub 1 equals y sub 2 over x sub 2. 12 is our y sub 1, 3 is our x sub 1, then y sub 2, this is what we do not know, and x sub 2 is 9. We are going to substitute these numbers to our equation. So that's 12 over 3 equals y sub 2 over 9. Then we are going to cross multiply. So 3 times y sub 2 equals 12 times 9. So we have 3 times y sub 2 equals 12 times 9. Dividing both sides by 3, so that's y sub 2 equals 36. Example number 4. If y varies directly as x and y equals 72 when x equals 9, find x when y equals 360. So first we're going to write the equation y equals k times x. Then we are going to substitute. Y here is 72 and x is 9, so that's 72 equals k times 9. To find k, we divide both sides by 9, and that's 72 divided by 9, so our k is 8. Now we are going to use our original equation. Our k here is 8. Then we are going to find x when y is 360, so we will substitute y with 360 and k with 8, so we have 360 equals 8 times x. To find x, we divide both sides by 8, and that's 360 divided by 8, that's 45. We have an alternative solution. Our equation is y sub 1 over x sub 1 equals y sub 2 over x sub 2. So this is our y sub 1, this is our x sub 1, this is our x sub 2, and this is our y sub 2. Now we are going to substitute these numbers to our equation. So we have 72 over 9 equals 360 over x sub 2. Now we are going to cross multiply. So 72 times x sub 2 equals 9 times 360. So we have 72 x sub 2 equals 360 times 9. Dividing both sides by 72, we have x sub 2 equals 45. The next thing that we are going to learn here is to solve real-life direct variation problems. Example number 5. The distance traveled by a car in a given time is directly proportional to its speed. If a car travels 120 miles at 80 miles per hour, how far will it travel if its speed is 60 miles per hour? So first, we will let d be the distance traveled, and then s be the car's speed. Now we will set up the equation. The equation is d equals k times s. So first we are going to find k. Our d here is 120 and our s here is 80, so we are going to substitute those numbers to our formula. So we have 120 equals k times 80. So to find k, we divide both sides by 80 and k equals 1.5. So using our original equation, k here is 1.5. We are going to find the distance if the speed is 60 miles per hour. So d equals k, which is 1.5, and our speed s is 60. So that means 1.5 times 60, and the answer is 90. So that means the car travels 90 miles if its speed is 60 miles per hour. Example number 6. The circumference of a wheel varies directly as its diameter. A wheel has a diameter of 20 cm and a circumference of 62.8 cm. What is the circumference of a wheel that has a diameter of 30 cm? So first, let C be the circumference of the wheel and D be its diameter. Now let's set up our equation. Our equation is C equals K times D. Our C here is 62.8 and our D here is 20, so we are going to substitute those numbers to our formula. So we have 62.8 equals K times 20. Now to find K, we divide both sides by 20 and K equals 3.14. Using our original equation, our K here is 3.14, and using 30 as our T, we are going to find C. So C equals 3.14 times 30, and C equals 94.2 cm. Example number 7. The volume of a fixed gas at a constant pressure is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. If a container holds 100 milliliter of nitrogen at 250 Kelvin, what is its volume if the temperature is increased to 300 Kelvin? First, let V be the volume and T be the absolute temperature. Now we are going to set up our equation. V sub 1 over T sub 1 equals V sub 2 over T sub 2. Our V sub 1 is 100 milliliter. Our T sub 1 is 250 Kelvin. We are going to find V sub 2 when our T sub 2 equals 300 Kelvin. So we are going to substitute these numbers to our formula. So we have 100 over 250 equals V sub 2 over 300. Now we are going to cross multiply. 250 times V sub 2 equals 100 times 300. Now dividing both sides by 250, so V sub 2 equals 120 milliliter. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Teacher Rejil. Keep safe.